about this group without giving them the opportunity to also speak up so that we can also hear their voice. So please permit me to use just few minutes of the time to introduce our panelists for today's discussion. We have Felicity. Felicity is a beneficiary of Safe Child Advocacy. And then we encountered Felicity whilst she was on the street, and through our support, now Felicity has been able to conclude her senior high school education at the Mansell Girls Senior High School. And now we have also given her the opportunity as part of participation to also work as a facilitator at our daycare center. So that is where Felicity currently is working. The next person we have is also Abibata. Abibata is also a beneficiary of Safe Child Advocacy. And then we also encountered Abibata while she was on the streets, and Abibata have been on our support till now. She is also currently studying in Kumasi Anglican Senior High School, and then she's also an amateur golfer who is doing very well when it comes to playing golf. And then the last person that we have is also our very own brother, Derek. Derek is also a beneficiary of Safe Child Advocacy. And then we also encountered Derek whilst he was also in a street situation. Derek has stayed with us for almost a decade since we encountered him. And then now he has completed university, and then he did BSc Construction Technology. Before that, he completed a higher national diploma from Building Technology at the Kumasi Technical University. And then he also completed senior high school in 2015, that is Don Bosco, in the Bron Ahafo region. He did her national service as a teacher in his former school, that is Don Bosco, that is giving back to society. And then whilst studying at the basic education level, he also worked as a cobbler, popularly known in the Ghanaian dialect as shoemaker. So this is our brother Derek for you. So please, before we open up for them to also speak, our host will give us a video where children are expressing their voice or making their voice heard. After that, we will zoom into our discussion. Thank you so much.
Dear President Akufo-Addo, happy anniversary. 30 years ago, Ghana was the first country in the world to ratify the Convention of the Rights of the Child. It gave us the right to a safe home, but too many of us are still sleeping on the streets. It gave us the right to education, to be free from child labor. So why are we not in school? We have the right to get good health care, to be protected from abuse, violence, and neglect, not to be trafficked, sold, or married against our will.
But who is protecting us? Some people call us street-connected children, but we are the children of Ghana. Mr. President, we do an urgent call on you. Please ensure that all children in Ghana can enjoy their basic rights. We matter not only during election time, but all the time. Yours sincerely, the children of Ghana.
All right, thank you so much. This was a message from Children in Street Situation to Mr. President. That was during the tenure of past president, President Akufo-Addo, who is no more in power. I think now they are in opposition. So we'll move straight into our main agenda for today. And then please permit me to welcome sister Felicity. Felicity, are you there?
Yes, please.
All right. Please, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm also doing well. Today is your day.
Yes.
Yes, so let your voice be heard as we give you the opportunity to also participate. All right, so okay, so we just want to keep our sister Felicity anonymous because we don't want them to show their faces due to stigma and all of that. So please permit us, if they don't show their face, it's not that they can't do that, but we have just to protect their image and then also them as well. We just want to keep it anonymous. So Felicity, please, how are you once again? Hello.
Yes.
All right. So can we hear you? What has been your experience in street situation?
I have ever been on the streets for some years ago, but through the help of someone, I came into contact with Safe Child Advocacy, and I'm now an SHS graduate who is aiming to go to the university next year. But I still have the experience about street life. When I was in the street, I was working with one woman who prepare rice and sell. So after the rice is being prepared, I have to carry it around for people to buy. And it was not easy. Carrying hot something on your head is very dangerous. You can feel the heat on your head. And at times when you carry it, people cannot even differentiate between your head, your shoulder, and your neck. And at times too, people will be saying, hey, small girl like this, why this heavy load? But there is nothing to do about it because there is no money at home. That's what I have to do to earn a living. And at times too, you meet people and you are tired. You want them to help you to unload the rice down, and they'll be asking you, oh, you know that you can't carry it. You can't carry it down. Why are you doing that job? Can't you stop? They don't even have pity for you, which will make me feel bad. So I've had to carry it around for them to buy. And at times too, if the food is not finished and I come back, the woman I was working with will be like, why is it that you didn't sell all the rice? You could have gone around everywhere in this Kumasi for them to buy it, but it was not my fault. I wish the food could have finished buying by people, but that wasn't what happened. And at times, if I come back, I will come back late. I have to wash all the utensils, pack them, and I will finish at late. At times, you go and those who are selling the water have closed their tap, and you don't even bath with that tiredness. And you don't even have a place to sleep. You have to look for the shops of people to lay down your head, and mosquitoes will not even allow you to sleep. So street life was very dangerous, full of violence and difficulties that I couldn't face. And for God being so good, I met Safe Child Advocacy who helped me. So I think being on the street is not an easy thing. I feel pity for those who are still on the street. They suffer a lot. It's not easy. At times you don't even have money. Those who are carrying load, they don't even get work to do to earn money to buy food, and they have to sleep on hunger. So this is what children on the street face through, and I have ever faced that challenges. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. This is so emotional. I can even see how emotional you are. And even if you can align with me, it got to a point where you could sense that she's almost tearing out. That's a pity. That means life on the street is not easy. So in this instance, that means there is a need for us to create a safe space where children can grow and also be protected as well as safeguarded so that they can have a better future. Oh, so going forward, let me ask you, Felicity, how do you think we can to end all these ills against children living in street situation or these forms of abuse that children in street situation are faced with? How do you think we can create a safe space for street connected children to really participate in decisions that concerns them? Because I believe that most of this decision that led you and also some colleagues of you to this particular situation was due to your absence or the opportunity that was not given to you but by your parents or a guardian concerning a decision that was taken about you that led you into this situation. So how do you think we can create a safe space where street connected children can also have the opportunity to also participate in decisions that concerns them?
In order to create safe space for street-connected children to participate in decision making, I think we should establish a safe space where children can express themselves freely, such as shelter, drop-in center, and street corner games. There should be a center where these street-connected children can come in, take their rest, play, and share ideas. This will make them happy and always ready to partake in decisions that will bring an impact or improvement in their life. Street-connected children should be educated on their rights, empowered with knowledge, so they can make an informed decision. Some of the street children do not know that it is their right to partake in decisions that affect their life. So we should give them education about their right, letting them know that it is their right to make a decision that will bring an impact on their lives, and this will help them to be responsible or independent in the future. This will also make them to not to be afraid or feel shy or even refuse to partake in decisions that affect their life. Street-connected children should be involved in discussing policy and programs that bring an impact in their lives. You want to make a decision that concerns street children, but you are not in their mind. They are on the street and they know what they are going through, the challenges. They are the people's facing it. So their opinion are needed when you want to make a decision. Bring them together, involve them, let them bring out their opinion, ideas that they are going through. So these ideas and challenges to implement and formulate policy that will bring an impact in their lives. Children in the street should be respected so that they can feel valued and welcomed in decision making. When you do not respect them and talk to them anyhow, I think they wouldn't be happy to even involve in your decision you want to make. For example, when the person who helped me to get into contact with Safe Child Advocacy, he met me on the street and he asked, "Young girl, at this your age, I think you are supposed to be in school. Why on the street?" Oh, the way he even greeted me, asked me the question, make me to feel like I am cared. He cared about me. This made me to open up, share my challenges or what has brought me to the street. And through his help, I was able to get into contact with Safe Child Advocacy. So I think this is what we're supposed to do to bring these street-connected children in decision making. If they are respected, feel valued, and welcome, they will always be ready to partake in decisions that will make them independent in the future. Collaboration among organizations, social workers, and community leaders to build trust and ensure children feel heard. When the action or challenges of a street child is not taken up and work upon it, but ignored, it will make the street child to lose hope in those organizations, community leaders, and social workers. And next time, even they have challenges, they wouldn't like to send it back to those organizations because they feel like they are wasting their time. Even the first time I sent it, they didn't take action. Is it this one now that I'm sending that they will take action? So there wouldn't be that kind of courage to even go back. They will be facing it on their mind, their body, but wouldn't like to send it back because they have lost that trust in those organizations. So I think these are some of the ways we can create safe space for participation in street-connected situations.
Wow, 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 wow. That's so powerful. Thank you so much. Felicity. Felicity has highlighted some key points that we need to know. If we want to really create a safe space where children in street situation can fully participate, we must ensure that we create a center where children can, a safe space or a safe haven where children can really walk in and then share their problems with us so that we can also better help resolve their issues. We need to also empower them. And as part of the empowerment, we need to ensure that we educate them on their rights so that they will know their rights. If they know their rights, even whilst they are on the streets, they can protect themselves and ensure that they are safeguarded as well as other children that surrounds them. We need to also ensure that we respect and value them as humans. You know, we should give them their human dignity. That respect must be given. It's just a situation that they find themselves in. That doesn't define who they are or their life or their destiny or their future. So, with regards to this, we must collaborate as CSOs, NGOs, government agencies to ensure that we make this happen so that children who also live in street situation can also enjoy their rights and live safe as well as protected wherever they find themselves. Thank you so much, Felicity, for that powerful input. I'm so glad that you were able to come up so clear, and then you are not speaking for yourself alone. You have really indicated that you are speaking for the millions of children who are also living on the streets. Just that you have the opportunity and you have really articulated their voice and then whatever message that they want to put across very, very well. Thank you so much for that wonderful input. All right. So, Felicity, before I leave you, what do you think should street children also do when they are given the opportunity to participate?
When they are given the opportunity, like I was given, the opportunity I had, I make use of it. My opportunity was given. and I attended SHS. So I took my studies seriously. Whatever the teachers taught me, the advices, I made use of them, and I was able to come out with a grade that will help me to further my education into the university. And I know with God, I will go to the university and come out as a lawyer, and I can defend those on the street if they have any challenges. Not even defend them, but can also support them with the finance I have. So they should be serious when they are given the opportunity. They shouldn't misuse any opportunity given to them, because opportunity comes but once. If you miss that opportunity, the second opportunity may be difficult for them to get. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Felicity. You've done it all. Thank you so much. I can see people giving you a round of applause. Thank you so much for that wonderful input. Before, Felicity has made it clear to us that she wants to become a lawyer. Wow. This clearly indicates that she really wants to fight this canker. And not only with her intelligence or the position that she acquires, but she's also willing to give her resources in terms of monetary to also support the target group. Thank you so much, Felicity. All right, so moving forward, we would also like to hear from our brother, Derek. Derek, please, are you on?
Hello, please, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Derek, you are on. We can hear you clear.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much for the opportunity. And
sorry, Derek. Hello, Derek, are you there?
Please, yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We would like to also have your experience of this topic that you are talking about, your experience on the street. How was it for you being, a male counterpart, or a male gender also being on the street? How was it like for you? What was your experience?
Okay, so good morning, moderator, and I would like to say good morning to Sister Olivia, the director of Safe Child Advocacy, and to our wonderful panel participants of this webinar. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation for the opportunity to add my voice or to contribute in this August discussion. I would like to thank the Daughters of Charity of St. Vincent de Paul that manages this organization, and also to the Catholic Archdiocese of Kumasi that owns it. So, as you rightly said, my name is Derek, and I've been on the street before. That is from the year 2007 to 2012. I was on the street, even though I was at my basic education level, but I was on the streets where I used to come work on weekends and holidays, as a cobbler, popularly known as shoe shine. Yes. And so I'm going to speak from 5 years experience as a street boy and additional years of knowledge as a worker. I've been serving at this organization for some years, and that has also benefited me or helped me to gain additional knowledge in this phenomenon. Okay, so first of all, I think my question is, how can we amplify the voices of street-connected children in decision making? Now, what I believe from my experience is that wise children are exposed to the street or why they are allowed to work for themselves, do any menial job, being that the person is studying or just doing that one for a living at that tender age, these people, or let me use myself, for example, when I was doing that, used to feel, a kind of stigma, like shame, whereby even in my peers, I do feel shy sometimes to talk about it, to talk about what I'm doing. And then that even in class, sometimes if I may know answers to some questions, but due to this stigma, like I feel, there's a kind of inferiority complex. I feel like these people, even how they dress, how they present themselves, and you on weekends, you wear shabby clothes, you do menial job, you go to places, and you see, there's this inferiority complex, as I mentioned earlier. And so I think what organizations like Safe Child Advocacy and government agencies, and then concerned citizens can do to help such that the voices of street-connected children can be heard is by organizing, or firstly, organizing a forum like what we are having today. If forums are held, and then the people concerned, like the street-connected children, are allowed to also speak or bring in their submissions, as we are doing, like myself, Felicity, and Habibata are doing today. I believe that if more of such workshop or workshops like these can be hosted periodically, with the purpose that we want to hear what these street-connected children have to share. If we are able to do that, if government agencies and then NGOs are able to do this consciously, yes, let's organize the forum. Let's hear what they also have to say. Let's hear their experiences and then what they want to tell us. I believe it will help. And secondly, if there can be mentorship programs. Mentorship program in the sense that, like I said, whilst on the street, you are not under the care of anybody. You feel independent. You do whatever you want. And then, you even think differently. That is not to say that street-connected children are bad children or what, or wayward. But that is to say that due to the negligence, they lack parental care. And for that matter, they also like this mentors, like whom are they, who is serving as their mentee, who are they aspiring to become? So if organizations or like stakeholders can, formulate or ensure that, okay, these people are on the street, but now let's form mentorship programs for them. Let's give them a role model, someone they should look up to, a vocal person. I believe this will also help them. And then their voices will be higher because they have the voices, they have the knowledge, they have submission, they have a lot of things to say. But the thing is, how are they going to say it? Who is going to give them the platform? Who is going to prepare them? So if organizations, individuals, and state agencies can help them, to come out refined, with the words, with the approach, and then with their decisions, I believe that would also help. And then again, if there can be something like peer advocacy groups. You see, on the street, we learn from one another, and we are all living on the street. So who is learning from who? And what is the person learning? So if we can help them form groups. Okay, we know that these people are on the streets because it's a situation that's where they find themselves. There's hope that one day they will be transformed. They will leave the street and then get work. like myself, I was on the street. I used to work, like I said earlier, and it wasn't like this. Things were not easy. But I believe that if we can form associations, like groups of them, and then begin to, help them, assist them in, in mentorship, like I said earlier, or in training, I believe they can also come out being more vocal, saying or bringing out their views on national issues, especially on issues that concern them. And I believe if in the academia, that's the next point, if in the academia, that is people doing research, if they can involve them, not about formulating, hypothesis using data and or that assumption, but the people are here. The street connected children they are available. They are not on a different planet. So if we reach out to them and then conduct interviews, collect their views, then we use that to make conclusion or to support the research. I believe that is one way we can help amplifying their voice. So I also believe that if we can engage them in, let's say, social media campaign, or even the traditional media, let's say a radio station. What if a radio station goes to a popular hub, that's a popular place where these street connected children usually stay, maybe in the evening? You decide on the appropriate time, a time that you are likely to meet them. Because, like I said earlier, when I was on the street, there's a place that we used to meet, we sleep there, we eat there. In the afternoon, we meet there to rest because we are tired. And even at presently, Safe Child Advocacy is doing very well by, accommodating some of these children, some of these street connected children at our drop-in center here, who come in the afternoon to rest. And then one wants to use a washroom and others. So if state agencies give these people the opportunity, you come here, you interview them, and then you, let's say, telecast or broadcast on a radio or on the national television, I think it would help, because that is how we will know the real situation, because some people may feel that no, they don't even exist. You see, we don't have street children. How can a person be on the street? Does the person not have parents or relative that he or she can live with? So if we can come to them, identify the hotspot, like the places we can meet them, then we go there, listen to what they also have to say, and then broadcast it. I believe that is one way that we can help so that their voices would be heard. And then again, if we make use of storytelling circles, that is by organizing. Now, like I said, at places like Safe Child Advocacy here, or at these popular hotspots like Asafo, Asim, Fantino Town, and that's in Kumasi here. But I know this situation is nationwide. It's across Ghana and even beyond. So if we are able to identify the places they normally meet, we go there, then we use storytelling circles to educate them. You see, if they are able to share their stories, I think that is also a way of building up their confidence, and then letting them know that they are not less a person or less a human being. That will also improve their self-esteem, to remove shyness, because I already mentioned this earlier, that when you're on the streets, you usually feel like, no, I'm different. Because how people talk, how they dress and all that Not that we think different, but we can't afford some of them. And for that matter, we usually think, oh, it's for them. It's for them. Let them speak. Me, I can't speak or I can't talk. You may even have a question in class, but due to this low self-esteem, it's like a tag around you that keeps you quiet, even from things that you really, really are on pressing issues that you really want to talk about. And before I end my submission in this discussion, I would also mention that if there can be community dialogues, that is, if organizations or stakeholders can organize community dialogues that will involve street-connected children, that is, people in this street. So we go to communities. Street-connected children come from communities. So if we can go to these communities and then organize a dialogue like community forum, and then we have the local leaders present, and then we allow for open dialogue about the experiences. You see, so like some of us, myself, Felicity, and Habibata, who have come out of this situation through the help of Safe Child Advocacy, if we can be given the opportunity in this community dialogue to speak to the leaders or parents there, to let them know that, no, it's not funny outside. So please ensure that no matter what, your children do not leave the street and do not leave home and go to the street. So I believe that would also help, because it's a way that we are promoting or amplifying the voices of some of us who have been on the street, or those who are even still on the street. So this is how I will end my submission. And I thank you very much for the opportunity to contribute in this August discussion.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much, Derek, for highlighting some innovative approaches that street connected children can make their voices heard or can participate in decisions that concerns them. That was so elaborate. And then talking about just giving a brief or some excerpts from what you just shared. You mentioned that we should ensure that we have some community dialogues, and then also allow these children to be included in some social media campaigns, and then they need some involvement. All what you are telling us is that we should bring it to the doorsteps of these children, most especially, just as you mentioned, people sit from their home countries or maybe here in Ghana at their comfort zone and decide to maybe do some research about street connected children.
Yeah.
What they do is they tend to forget to get close to these people who are really in the situation itself, so that they can express whatever thing that they want to put out there, but they sit at the comfort of their homes, wherever they are, and then just get information from online. To add to what you just said, we recently had a volunteer from Europe who joined us, and then she is embarking on her PhD. So when she came, I was just having a conversation with her, and she mentioned that, wow, I think what I've come to experience has given me an eye-opener and a lot of information that I need, to get my dissertation out. Because all the information I had from the internet were information that people have just sat at their own comfort zones and they just put it on the internet. But coming here to experience the real situation on grounds, I have a different picture. And I side with you on that. So this is truly what we want people to hear. Nothing about us without us. If you really want to talk about us and our situation, then you need to get close to us. That is the only way you can really get the reality of the experiences that we go through living in street situation. Thank you so much, Derek. So, Derek, what would you like to tell, government and people in authority, what should be the best approach you think they should adopt, in getting this particular target group involved in certain decision? Because you and I are aware that there are some policies that the government even come up with. Does that policy even consider this target group that you are talking about? If not, what should we do?
Okay, so what I believe is that government, through the institutions like the social welfare or other, under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, yes, under that ministry, they can work with organizations like Safe Child Advocacy and others that work towards supporting street-connected children. You see, a typical example is what the privilege Safe Child Advocacy is giving myself and my sisters today. So if the government can, let's say, collaborate with these organizations to help them, to help the target group, the children on the street, I think that would help. And also they can collaborate with local leaders, because for instance, in my submission, I mentioned that we can have community dialogue. So if the government can collaborate with community leaders to have a kind of forum where parents and then children would be present, I think that would also help to hear. And then we use these, some of us who have come out of this situation as ambassadors to speak or to send the message of those who are currently in the situation to them. I mean, we send those information from those in the situation to the stakeholders, to those who can support them. So I believe these are some of the ways the government can help street-connected children, to help that, to ensure that their voices are heard, and to also support them, so that they can come out of this situation and then become developed or dignified people in future. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Derek, for that wonderful input. We are so glad to have you make the voice of this group that most of the times even the public think that they are invisible. We don't even see them, yet they exist. They live with us, they live around us, and we see them each day, but we pretend not to see them. All right. Thank you. So people, you are joining us for the webinar to mark International Day for Street Children 2025, and we are discussing the topic, from the street, the theme from the street to the decision table, listening to the voice of street-connected children, which was termed out of the global theme participation. That means we are giving this group the opportunity so that they can also make their voices heard in decisions that concerns them. All right, so we now listen to our sister Felicity shared. We've also listened to our brother Derek coming up with his own also input. Please permit me to also call on our dear sister Abibata. Abibata, if you are there, please, can I hear you? Abibata, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm there.
Please, can you amplify your voice a bit?
Yes, please.
So, Abibata, I think your brother and sister have shared their experience on the street. How different was your experience on the street?
Okay, thank you for having me. I was once a street girl living on the street, but now I am not a street girl again. Living on the street is not easy. I was on the street carrying load to care for myself and also to send the money that I would get to my family so that they can also take care of my siblings over there. And it was not an easy job because a small girl like me carrying a heavy load, hmm, it was not that easy. And it will get to a day that you will not get money. On that day, you are not going to eat whole day. You are not going to bath. And also the place you are going to sleep, you have to pay. And if you don't get have money, they will not allow you to sleep there. So you have to sleep outside near the gate, or they will send you away. And also that's not all. You face a lot of abuses on the streets. Living on the streets, when you get tired and you didn't get anywhere to sit down to rest, if you sit beside someone's shop or in front of somebody's shop, the way the person will just shout at you, like you there, you are not a human being. And that one too, you will feel emotional pains inside because the person doesn't consider you as a human being. And also, the dresses I used to wear on the street was also not good. Torn dresses. Whilst carrying your load, you will also be holding your dresses. So it was very painful living on the street. So my friend told me something about safe child advocacy, and we all come there together. Two of us came there and they asked us what was our story. We put our story before them and they decided to help both of us. But the other one said no, she will not come and learn anything. But for me, I didn't listen to my friend. I said I'll come and learn something. So, and they told me that they are going to help me. I should decide what I want to do. Then I told them that I want to go back to school. They sent me back to school. And now I am in senior high school at Kumasi Anglican Senior High School. But that my friend is now having baby. That was my experience on the street, and it's not easy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abibata. I think the experiences seem to be the same, although to some extent there might be some diversity in the experiences that you encounter depending on where you are located or where you find yourself on the street. And what even compounds your situation is that there are a lot of some cultural and systematic barriers even that prevents you from making some meaningful engagement. Abibata, how do you think we can address these cultural and systemic barriers that prevent meaningful engagement from street-connected children?
Okay, I think some of the barriers that prevent street-connected children from participating in decisions are the general belief that children cannot make any important inputs in decisions that affect their lives. They are the mindset of people that children do not have any knowledge when it comes in decision making, especially decisions that affect their lives. They consider them that they are too small to make decisions for themselves. So in this situation, they make the parents to take decision for them rather than the children to also say something about themselves. But the parents will not allow them because they consider them as young children. And also social stigma, which makes society view stray children as wrongdoers rather than individuals who need support, leads to exclusion from programs and decision makings. People consider stray children as criminals, as stubborns, bad people, and they are the people that need help in the community. But for them, they don't see it because the children are living on the street. They take them as bad people when they are even doing something in the community, occasion or there's a program in the community, they send them away. They don't let them take part in it. And that's not what they should be doing. Again, economic hardships and poverty forces stray children and parents to choose survival over participation in programs. There is also limited access to safe spaces and child-centered organizations that give listening ears to street-connected children. For instance, if we have places, organizations like Say Child Advocacy, many in Kumasi or in Ghana, the children will get places to go there and tell their story to them, and also to say their worries, what bothered them to them. But this area, we don't have that much. It's too small that, so we don't get such places. And also another barrier is authoritative parenting, a situation where parents do not allow the children to express themselves, to make their own decisions, to say their views. For instance, I have two siblings currently who are carrying load on the streets. I saw them and I try my best to talk with them so that they will understand and come out from the streets. So I talk with them and they understand to come out from the streets so that they will come and learn something. But the parents are not understanding what I'm saying. They are still forcing the children to come back to the streets and come and do the street work so that they will get money and send them some to eat. But the children are also saying that no, now we understand what our sister is saying, so we want to go and learn something. That will help us in future to also build a better life. But still, the parents are saying, this is not what they want. For them, they want to decide for the children. And the children are also saying that no, because now we can also make decisions for ourselves by our sisters and those who help our sister. So we are going to learn something for ourselves. And because of that, the parents are saying that I am the one who spoil the money of the children, who make the children to disobey them. So now I am not part of their family again.
Oh.
And for me, I don't care about them. But what I'm trying to do that so that the children will get a good and a better life in future. And I think these are some barriers that prevent street connected children from participation. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much, Abibata. Wow. I like the part where you mentioned that now you have become an advocate and you are trying to also help other children like you who are also going through the same situation you went through, but it comes against a stronger opposition from their parents, and even to a point where your parents even saying that if you don't allow these girls to go and do what we say they should do, we have disowned you. Wow. So how did you take that when they said they have disowned you if you insist that your sisters shouldn't go to the streets? How did you take it?
Okay,
How did you feel?
in
Did
some
it put some
point,
fear in you to change your mind, or you stood your grounds?
no, it didn't put any fear on me. I still stand my ground because there are many people in this world who don't have mother, father, and also they don't even have family, but still they make it in life. So for me, I think it's normal because
Wow. So
I can make
that
it
means
without my parents.
you were not perturbed by their warnings or their
No,
threats. that they have disowned you?
No, I was
Wow.
not.
This shows that you are a true advocate for the rights of children in street situation, not only them vulnerable groups as well that we see or live with within our communities and then societies. Thank you so much, Abibata. But you made a strong point that there are certain points in time where parents should allow their children to also share their views, on certain decisions that they are making concerning them. And I like that part so much. I like that part so much because with just the situation that you just put across, if the parents have also given these children the opportunity to also say what they want to say or share their view. Okay, now this is what your sister is saying. What do you also have to say? Baba or Papa, we still want to side with what our sister is saying, but it never happened like that. And even as you are trying to make parents understand, they are still strongly opposing that decision that will help better the lives of your other siblings. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We are so glad to have you, Abibata, Eric, and Felicity. You've really done a great deal of job to your input. We are so blessed and also glad to have you stand in for the millions of children who are living in street situation. So once again, let me remind you that my name is Akwasi Prempe, and I'm your moderator for the day from Safe Child Advocacy, the administrator over there. And then today, we, as part of marking the International Day for Street Children, this is a webinar that we are hosting to give children the opportunity so that their voice will also be heard, so that they can also participate in decisions that affect them. So we've listened to our panelists, and then before we close the session, we want to go to the drop-in center conference room. I think we have some couple of girls there who are still living in street situation. If we can get some information from them, if they can tell us what have been some of the challenges or what have been their experience living on the street or working in street situation. Is it similar to what our sisters have shared, or it is different? So Mr. Ibrahim will help us. Mr. Ibrahim, if you are there, can you help us get some information from this target group, those who are currently in street situation? As we've mentioned, just allow them, let them come, let them flow. If it is the local dialect they want to speak, let them speak. If it is English, just allow them. Today is their day. Okay, so who do we have? Can you unmute yourself and then also share with us your experience, even as you are still living on the street? Please, can we hear you? What has been the challenge faced while on the street? Can we hear you? What has been the challenge faced while on the street? If she doesn't want the face to show, you can the panel to give you so that she can speak. Yeah. All right, now we can hear you. Now we can hear you.
This ngulu mbondo barke so me first time bono kan kana kumase kama I be street ma so adbana easy abe palma so atum da tuma da wannan izeta na be so atum da tuma za ana to kunne ka yina an ku changal ha la karto ma abe ne bin sha ajiba balanta tin ne la arko to minu bel o se pluma Ani gas come from you as I from. If Jan hand the Kabaquite atanda you do your minyara 80 city. Shafts and the Palama and the Bishop Manila. The mineral pumps and Ian to you. Do your 80 city. We try to Zanta Cavazanta, I would try Kawakarai to Margaret. Hai chida anto kushi social shi kara shilmanya shi tapsale kadrama wan vanu ala shaidan ba pagna an shi shema so lama ne la masu be sono to kutsu aturshe karchani sesene kami kanyo nungu sham domishi akana la bomazo do ala hata jantra kat
Yeah. I think she has shared her experience. She says this is her first time of coming to the street to work. But she has a lot of challenges on the street. You say on the market, they are not getting they are not getting job to do, and the little one you get, sometimes you get a heavy load to carry. People will be insulting you. They will not even if you ask them to give you weight, they will be insulting you, and then I mean, abusive language, like they insult you. I mean, as if you are not part of, you are not a human being. Also, there are challenges they are so they don't have a good accommodation. They always contribute among themselves to get one kiosk, and then kiosk is not even good, and they are paying 80 cities a week, every week, everyone, like 10 of them organize and rent one kiosk, and a week everybody will contribute 80 cities. They pay to bar, they pay to anything they want to do, they have to pay. She had never experienced this before, but because of the home situation, the home is not good. She's going to school, and they are on their vacation, and at home is not good. She doesn't have anything at home, so she come to the street to see if she can get something. But she experienced a lot of challenges on the street, which is not good for a child to face this program, these challenges. This is what she said for us. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. I think this is the beauty of participation. Participation is inclusivity. Participation is non-discriminatory. So we encourage and also embrace all cultures. That is why we allow our sister to speak in the local dialect. As she's speaking, she's also speaking to the minds of target group who are also in street situation. And then brother Ibrahim is also Ibrahim Wahab. Abdul is also a staff of a partner organization that we work with here in Kumasi, that's Chance for Children. He is a field officer over there, and he has the language of the target group, and he has done great by just interpreting what a beautiful lady just expressed. Ibrahim, thank you so much for your time, and also for being here to help with this meeting. You've really done well. And the part that I want to also touch on is that this is a particular lady that Safe Child Advocacy has encountered, and we have begun with the process of getting to enroll her on our sponsorship. So she was just sharing her experience as natural, just as it is, but we have her in plan, and then before she goes back home, we will be taking up her sponsorship, so that when she's on vacation, she doesn't need to come and suffer like she has expressed on the streets before she can even gather some money to support her education and even the family. Thank you so much, our sister. So since today is their day, we are moving straight to the Vocational Training Center, Apiedu, the VTC. We have our brother JD over there. JD is also a client relation officer for Safe Child Advocacy, who works on daily basis. He works with the target group. They go to the streets to educate them, engage them in all the activities that we do. So we want to give JD a chance to also talk about his experience, engaging with these girls, what their experience have been. And then after that, let me say, JD, can you hold on? Before that, can we hear from one of the girls? These are girls who have already moved out of the street and now they are into an employable skill training. We want to hear from them. Let them tell us. We want to hear from them. Let them tell us, if you can get one, let the person tell us the transition from, from life on the street to where she is now, and then the benefits that she is enjoying. Yeah, she can speak Dagbani. She can speak Dagbani, and then you translate for us. Please, you can put off the video so that the face doesn't show. Please put off the video so that the face doesn't show, and allow her to speak. I think we are having some network challenges.
My name is Mason.
Never come, it's okay.
My name is Mohammed Sadia. Yamana Ndabja Palazon Jahor Dropa. And I Jolaka Jana Tonelaka, and the jungle halaka, hello, Abin Yawan sitting back. Kayan kuna to succumb, kayan yo, kayan daban zero exit. Jujar tam ye power, carriage, na yo jujar. Amical Araday and yo jujar. Jujar man yala ten city. Cabin ya one city, then the daban zero, cutting ye jujar the woman. Even Anto Kuchan Bento jila jili karatim saka achang kapte yuare ka yuala she a suno mvara ndama anjili ma de gumapa Bezo palezo bzaho de bana easy amini to du wahala kapto pa كمان أنتو ينتو لحرة على العرب زلا أنت رسولو مسوم ما كارني لا منو زانا لمن أو كهروما
I think
نعم
non venga ma
All right. JD, can you please do the translation for us?
For me to start with, I would thank everyone for being here. And what she just finished saying is that she just said about her own experience on the street, like what they face, and everything depends on the load they are carrying. When they make money, that means that day they will eat, they will bath, they can pay for. But a day that they haven't make money means that day they will sleep in hunger. So that was what she said. And she also added up that sometimes what you are even suffering for, what you are even carrying the load for, that money, you end up being losing that money because of the one saving the money or your guardians would rather use that money for her own self. Because as she was saying now, she herself is also an evidence because she worked for 5 years on the street and she saved 1,700 for one guardian. And after we met her on the street to come and change her life and take part in hand skills training, the guardian refused to even give her 1 cedi out of the 1,700. She suffered for hunger and saved that money with that guardian. So after we met her and brought her here to learn, so now that we Safe Child step in and go and met that woman, so far now with God's grace, the woman have paid almost 700 out of 1,007, which we open account for her to be saving that money, and it left with 1,000, which Safe Child is still following it for it to pay it subsequently with this by the end of this month. So that's her own experience. And we have several experiences of such things. Most of them sitting at the background, all of them have their own issues. Some we can't even discuss or bring it out on air. So that's why we need their participation for them to be helped out, for them, for people to know their problems, for people to know what they are facing. Because it's too pathetic. So sometimes I don't even know how to address their issues. Yeah, so that's what she just said.
All right, so JD, thank you so much for the translation. It's so pathetic, as you just mentioned, because this is a serious case of exploitation and all forms of its abuse. And then we want to also hear from you, since you have been the one, working hand in hand with this particular target group, with your engagement with them. With your engagement with them, what will you say is the main cause for their situation for being on the street? JD is the client relation officer for Safe Child Advocacy, as I mentioned earlier. So we want to hear him. JD, can we hear you?
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for the question. And as you say, there are so many reasons that normally brought them from the north to the south. Yeah, and most of them is sometimes the parents from back at the north, they themselves, they doesn't know the difficult situation they are letting these children come and face on the street. So due to that, most of them get harm after being on the street. And what they are even facing on the street, sometimes they themselves don't want the parents to know. And sometimes they can't even brief some of them back to the north, telling them what they are facing. And what the parents are rather, or most of their guardians are rather doing up, they will be adding them responsibility from their home for them to send them the little money they are making on the streets. This is what the difficult situation they were putting these street children to. They are forcing them to even send money, apart from the difficult lifestyles. Whether there is rain or shine, they are on it. All heavy rains rain on them. When there is hot sun, they are on it. When they're sick, Nobody cares about them. They will be there on the streets till they themselves became better. And when they carry the load on the street itself, there is no one to offload it when they are tired. It's either they throw the heavy load down or they rather see another head porter to help her out. And I've seen different situations like one girl who was carrying a load. It was glass. And the glass was so heavy that she couldn't even carry it anymore. And the one that giving her that load was not even around. So unfortunately, on the girl's side, the glass fell down and everything broke. So now it was on, that was when the owner came. And now the decision was that that girl have to pay everything. And the load the girl was carrying, what the owner was supposed to pay would be 20 cedi. And now they counted the glass money, which was 2,000. And the owner was there in the present that that girl have to pay that 2,000 immediately. And when I confronted and asked the girl said she was then 2 years in Kumasi, and all her 2 years, she's able to save 700. So now it was problem there. She have to go back to her kiosk and bring the 700. And other girls around supposed to also contribute. And I myself, I also have to add 300 Ghana cedi I have in my mobile money to cover other debt.
This is serious.
This is other situation they are facing in. And I did everything to talk with that guy and she refused. Just to pardon the girl. And I can still go on and go on. And another one too, that was a small girl. That girl was 10 years. And they let her carry a heavy TZ, hot TZ. Very hot TZ. And rather unfortunate, I was just left with some few meters with her. And the TZ fell down, the hot TZ, the pot was very hot. It fell, and it even wounded the whole part of the left leg. The skin was removed, the hot TZ removed all the skin from the left leg. And this one was also telling this small girl to also pay for the TZ. So many of them. I can say I can still go on. Time is not on our side. And all the things, their parents back at home, they don't know what is going on.
All right.
They don't know what is going on.
All right.
So, and this situation, sometimes when we even ask them, and they don't have no one to support apart from Safe Child. And looking at the whole issue in every Kumasi, and sometimes it's part of my question whenever I met them. Please, do you have any support? Did anyone ever come here to talk with you in the street? What they always say that it's only religious organizations and NGOs. They know nothing about any ministry. They know nothing about any government. So what are we facing in Ghana? Each time I ask them a question.
All right, JD, okay. Thank you so much for that wonderful submission. Please, those of us who are joining us from the other part of the world, the TZ that he mentioned was food. You know, a hot cooked food in a heavy pan that a 10-year-old girl has to carry. So it got to a point where it was too hot for her and she has to throw it down. And after throwing it down, it splashed and even wounded her left leg. Yet the owner of the food made the girl settle the amount for the food that she has poured out. So this is what JD was trying to put across. These are just a few of the stories that he can share. Time is not a friend to really go the extensive level of this discussion. So we will just take it as it is. Thank you, JD, for sharing your experience of your engagement with this target group. Okay, so we on this note, we would like to open the floor for those of us who are also joining us from the other part of the world. If you have any question, is welcome. Any addition that you want to add, the floor is open.
Yes, good morning from Sierra Leone. I am Ambassador Sidi Mohamed Kalon. I am the National Team Lead for Future Focus Foundation, an indigenous organization working to promote social justice, human rights, and bring hope to children, young people, and women in deprived situations, particularly street-connected children. We are a network member of the Consortium for Street-Connected Children, CSC. I was just asking on the platform whether you are also a member. Thank you very much for all of the presentations. I actually admire and learn a lot from you. Recently, what we have done to increase our child-led advocacy is introducing a program we call the PRESS program, PRESS, which means promoting rights and equality for street children through soccer. We are using football to bring these children together, to even identify, football unites people. Anytime we are playing football, a lot of these children will come, and that is where we identify them. And we now see how we can start to support them, because we do a lot of what we call social therapy. Some we just cancel them. Some we bring them in our skills training center when phones are available. So this is exactly what we are doing, and we are increasing our advocacy, bringing in a lot of the children themselves. Remember, this year the theme is participation. So that is how we are enhancing participation of the children. Thank you very much. I will continue to learn from your platform.
Wow, you're welcome, Ambassador Sylvester. And then to respond to your question, Safe Child Advocacy is part of the Consortium for Street Children Network. We are part, yeah. Thank you so much for your input. Any other?
Dama, bel nam de follow. I love me and to shakolo.
Sister Francisca, please, can we hear you?
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, Mr. Perempe. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Sister Olivia, for this beautiful day we have had. I say to myself, this is a great day to even celebrate the Easter, because there is a mixture of passion, compassion, death, dying, and resurrection in all the stories we have heard. And when you are in the situation of having known the children and being connected with the situation that we are talking about, it makes a great difference, and it has made a great difference to me. I would have known some of these young people that have presented today at a point, when, you couldn't hear a word from them. And now they are able to be on the screen, talk to the world, talk beyond Ghana, use their voice, to send out messages to the outside world. And I congratulate you for this beautiful way of marking the 20th anniversary of your establishment. As I was listening to you and to the children, I said, if this is a great time, maybe there is an opening here for me to get back to you as a grassroots connection, so that when issues come up on children, violence against children, maybe you from your center could send in oral statements, do it beautifully, upload it, send it to me, and I can present it, on your behalf, and not just on your behalf, on behalf also of the contribution of the Daughters of Charity to the service of eradication of poverty around our world. So That's just my thinking in this area. And I thank you for this beautiful day. Well done.
You're welcome, sister. You're so much welcome, Sister Francisca. Thank you also for adding your voice. We are also glad to have you here with us. All right, so if you have any question or submission, you can raise your hand and then I will put you on. Any question or submission from any angle? Oh, Sister Francisca's hand is a legacy hand. Okay, we have our Sister Naomi Nkrumah. Naomi,
That's
please.
another Francisca. That's another Francisca. Look at
Oh,
it.
okay, okay, sorry. Let me take Francisca, and then from there I will take Naomi and then Cynthia. So, Sister Francisca, can we hear you?
Thank you very much.
And then Fati Hajia.
All right, Fati.
Thank you very much for this wonderful day. It has been a great day for me. So listening to our dear children, what they have gone through and what they have been able to share now. It's really heartbreaking listening to them. And I want to congratulate Safeguarding Advocacy for the good work that we are doing. And as you celebrate this day, Sister Olivia, may God bless you and your team and all the children that comes to Safeguarding and are now bold enough to help others. In fact, listening to them, I am like, if I have anything, I would have just given it out to them because it's really bringing out what they want to do. The sharing of Felicity and all the rest. In fact, my heart was so full of joy, and to listen to them and also to see the future of these young ones. I want to say thank you very much for the good work that we are doing. And it is my prayer that we'll get more people to support this good cause so that these children and many more will come out from the streets to be good ambassadors to our nation. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.
You are welcome, Sister Francisca. Sister Francisca, let me is the Superior General of Infant Jesus Sisters. Sister, thank you for also adding your voice. This increases the volume of what we really want to say in respect of marking this particular day. You are so much welcome. Okay, so can we listen to you, Naomi?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm Naomi in Ghana, and I'm in the car listening to you. It was on and off, but I really enjoy the program, and I am touched with what Safe Advocacy is doing. We are grateful to you for the wonderful work you are doing for the less privileged, for those in the street. Olivia and team, we see a lot of foreigners, mothers and their children in the street. I wonder who is the responsibility of those people? How can we take them from the streets? When I look at them, I feel so sad and I don't know what to do. I become helpless. Is there any way that they can be taken off from the street? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Naomi, for that question. We will respond to it. But what I can say about it is that those children who have come from other neighboring countries and are on the street, you said whose responsibility is it? It is the responsibility of all. once they are on the streets, they become the responsibility of all of us. But we all know that we have an authority or an agency in government that should be responsible for that. But we will have to help them so that we can get these people supported. So with our programs, we are always open to such people. Once you are here in Ghana, even some policies from government, once you are here in Ghana, they say free SHS or free education. You can still enjoy that free education only if you want to. But these people are just here for just transient. Their time here is always limited. If you have critically observed, they come in at a particular time and then they leave. So that is how their life is. But the little that we are doing, we are just offering it to them. We are educating them. Once we go to the street and we meet them, we educate them as well because they are also on the street. So we do our part, but that's why we are here, amplifying our voice so that the government would also see these people and then also ensure that he puts in measures that will curtail the needs of all of these people so that we can have a better country to live in. Cynthia, please, you have your hand up. Can we hear you? Sister Cynthia, I don't know if it's a sister.
Yeah, it's a sister.
All right, Sister Cynthia, can we please?
Cynthia is a member of the Talita Kum.
Greetings from Francistown in Botswana. I want to add my voice also to say congratulations on 20 beautiful years of making meaning to the lives of many. Some might not be able to come and say thank you, but your reach goes very far. I want to say kudos to those who used the opportunity and made it their own. Don't relent. Felicity, one day you're going to be a lawyer. And your story and your life will even speak volumes, more than even what you say that once upon a time, this was my vulnerability. I work with migrants and refugees in 2 camps, and I always tell them, life on the streets, refugee is a life situation, it's not an identity. And I encourage them never to make it their identity that will pull them down. So once again, I want to say congratulations on your 20 years. And thank you for always remembering to send me links to your very, very educative webinar and the opportunity to have been a panelist at one of your own. Kudos to everybody and their moderator. Keep up the good work and all the agencies. The last but not the least, and sometimes I always believe, sometimes if we can also find a way to get to the root of a problem, managing it is less. What causes life on the streets? Yes, the people who migrate and do maybe begging and move. Is there a way we can also look at awareness campaign to families? The one that was told she will be disowned. At what age will you disown your child? So maybe a step forward, maybe your plan, I don't know how you do it, all your, networking. The next 10 years, you continue with your activity, but think about how do we start creating awareness to the whole people, like what the moderator just said, that a child on the street is the responsibility of all, to reduce the number of children who end up on the streets. Because if we are able to do that, and families now know that, yes, a child misbehaves, you don't throw the child out, or those vulnerabilities that cause it. Is there a way that can be assisted so that these children should be where they are supposed to be, protected? That is why they are children, not beasts of burden to be carrying load that even adults cannot carry because they are vulnerable. I know our world is becoming, how do I put it, more heartless. We tend to, how do I put it? We manipulate people. We tend to use vulnerability now more than in the past. A woman will put a load on top of a child's head that is not her own, and she doesn't care. In the past, you feel a bit of conscience, but now, okay, and she's on the street, she's carrying load. Let me use her as a beast of burden. So that society will start thinking again with a soul, not just what we want to get from other people. Once again, thank you and God bless you. This session has really, I'm tearing up. I get emotional sometimes, even though, anyway, thank you very much and God bless you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sister Cynthia. Sister Cynthia is also a member of the Talita Kum congregation, and then we are so glad to also have you. Sister Monica, can we hear you?
Good afternoon, everyone. So just join my own voice to the others to say, Sister Olivia, it's a work well done. I'm so happy being part of this program. That what actually touched me most was the courage that these girls had to be able to say their story, because telling their story is one of the, I will say, one of the powerful this thing we use in combating, is it trafficking, is it child labor, is once they are ready to tell their story, is the greatest awareness you can have. So Sister Olivia, thank you very much. May God continue to strengthen you and your team, and may God also continue to help us as we put a fight to any form of violence or any to the little ones. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Sister Monica. House Sister Monica is also a sister of OLA, that's Ola Sisters. So, Sister, thank you also for adding your voice. We are glad to have you. We also have Anthony. Anthony, can we, Father Anthony, please, can we hear you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Father.
This is just to congratulate Sister Olivia and the members of the Safe Child Advocacy for the great work that they are doing. I'm always glad to be part of your various webinars. So today's one is quite enriching, and it has taken it to another level. So we pray for God's continuous grace and success for the work of your hands. And we pray for all our children too, that God will continue to uphold them, and that through the work that you do, that they all continue to grow in grace. Congratulations. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father Anthony.
Thank you so
God bless
much.
you too. All right, so Fatih, I can see your hand up. Fatih Saidu, please, can we hear you?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
I'm so happy to be part of this webinar today. And I want to commend Sister Olivia and her team for their hard work. It's not easy. Bringing this youth together and giving them this education to the level that some of them were speaking. In fact, I was surprised listening to them. I don't know whether whether they themselves were speaking the English or it was somebody that was speaking on their behalf. I believe it was their voices I was hearing. They are really, they've really gone far, and I applaud the one that's the first speaker, the one that said. Is it Felicia or what? She said she wants to aspire to be a lawyer, and I appreciate her.
Felicity.
Yeah, Felicity. Oh, congratulations. I appreciate her efforts, and I hope and wish that she should learn hard and get to that level that she wants to attain. It is difficult handling these children sometimes, especially this Kaya, those who go for this Kaya and things. I've handled them before, and I know how difficult it is. But Sister Uncle, at least they are religious people, so maybe sometimes they are more patient than some of us, because it's not easy handling them. And sometimes after staying there for all this while, they come home and you don't see what they even bring. Because many of them end up coming home with sewing machines and then pants this big pants and then just some few bowls. So at the end of the day, you realize that if you are well educated, Your 1 month salary can buy all that they go to waste the number of years and come along with. But they have done well, and I commend them for that. And I want to say kudos for your efforts, and then may God strengthen you and your team and give you more patience to be able to continue with the good work that you are doing for these young ones. We'll also be helping them in our own small way. But I want to tell to I want to what do you call, plead with you to be talking to them, to even stay at the homes instead of even traveling down there to come and seek for greener pastures. I think that is the most important thing we have to look at. Some of them, they've brought them home, they've set up businesses for them, and they've run back. So sometimes you don't know, is it that they want to go to down south, or they just want to do, so they don't want to go to school. Some of them, you can see that their interest is not even in education. And they are not also prepared to learn the entrepreneurship skills that they are also offering them. So you actually, I should say we all have a lot to do. But I will say kudos to you, and you still continue your good work that you are doing. My name is Haja Fati. I'm the Executive Director of Sun Foundation based in Northern Region, Tamale. Thank you.
You are welcome, Hajia Fati. We are glad to have you, and then also add your voice to what the discussion. So we will just draw the curtain for our meeting in just a minute's time. But before that, I think one of us asked the question, and then Sister Olivia would like to attend to that question. So after that, we will draw the curtain for our discussion for today. So Sister Olivia, if you are there, and then you got the question right, if you can respond to it for us.
Thank you very much, moderator. Thank you everyone for all the, the positive commendations and appreciation. It's actually very encouraging for me and my team hearing you, and for your participation. Your presence here speaks a lot to us. It tells how you are concerned to join us in ending child streetism. I just want to refer to the question of Sister Cynthia about root causes. Yes, we are addressing the root causes, and actually that is part of why we host webinars to raise awareness, and we also undertake advocacy to duty bearers, governments, and families. And currently, in the last 4 years, we have introduced a project in the northern part of Ghana in communities that we have identified to be endemic in regards to children flooding to the streets from those communities. And we are undertaking training and safeguarding of children, parental responsibilities, trying to promote child rights and safeguarding in those communities. And it's yielding a lot of fruits, because now in those communities, 6 communities at the moment, because we have to take it bit by bit, since funds are involved, and a lot of work needs to be done in terms of changing of mindset, as you are well aware. So we work with the Center for Policy Development, CEDAPA, and they do the training on the ground, and we work with social welfare in the northern part of Ghana. We work with the anti-trafficking. We work with the other agencies that have a stake in this matter. And we are doing massive awareness of those communities, and bit by bit, we hope that we are addressing the root causes, because we are trying to make those communities and families know that it is not right to push a child to the street. And that would also address part of what Haja said. Haja, thank you very much. So nice to see you here again. And, we don't encourage children to be on the street. In fact, we are supporting children in the very poor areas of Ghana in order to, in order to prevent them coming to the streets. And I think even children that we are sponsoring, who we call them at risk, at-risk populations are actually a huge number now, because we are trying to discourage this fact of being on the street. But then you can't stop supporting those on the street, because they don't even bring themselves to the street. Most of them, what Haja said is true. You would have cases are different. You have those who want to come to the street, even when you give them opportunities, no. But you have a greater majority are forced by families to be on the street. They are given to relatives, and those relatives push them to the street in order to make money. Exploitation, as Cynthia said. So we are not sleeping over the root causes. We are actually responding to it. The same with children from foreign countries on the street. The moderator gave a pinch of it. Yes, we even offer those children opportunities, but would they take it? And don't forget that cultural practices play a very key role in all of this vulnerable situation, creating vulnerability such as children being on the streets and so on. So would these people want to take the opportunities given to their children? When you say, come, let's send you to school, the children run away, because the parents are the ones using the children. They've indoctrinated the children so much so that the children don't see that there is anything else they can become except collecting some small money for the parents. So these are the situations that we are confronting, and we are responding as holistically as possible, as comprehensive as possible. That is actually how comprehensive and robust our approach to child streetism is. Thank you very much, everyone.
You're welcome, sister. Thank you so much. So we would now be getting for our meeting today. Please let me remember you that this webinar is to mark the International Day for Street Children 2025. And then the global theme is participation, but we were focusing on this theme that is from the street to the decision table, listening to the voice of street connected children. So once again, I am your moderator, Advocacy, the administrator of Safe Child Advocacy. I think we've really had a fruitful discussion, but it is time to end this session. If we would want to continue, it will go on and on and on and on and on and on. But please, we have to still come to the crossroad. Permit me to invite our brother, Mr. John Nakenten, the programs manager, to give us the closing remarks. After that, we take the closing prayer from our sister, Erica Educhungwa Kunedu.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us today. We are grateful to each and everyone who contributed. As we wrap up this important discussion, let us all remember that listening to the voices of street connected children is not just an act of compassion, but also a call to action. Their stories, as we heard, is seen where every child is heard and where every child is given the opportunity to participate. May today's conversation inspire us and also action and change. Thank you all for being part of this dialogue, and let us all continue to listen, advocate, and also act on child streetism. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jana. Erica, please, you close us with a prayer.
We are praying.
Dear God, we thank you for bringing us together today to reflect on the lives and hopes of children living in streets and vulnerable situations around the world. Thank you for the insights shared and the hearts inspired during this webinar. As we leave this space, may we carry with us a deeper compassion, a stronger commitment, and a renewed purpose to advocate for and support every child in need. Bless the work of our hands and guide us as we strive to make a lasting difference. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So can we show our screens so that we get a good photograph? Let's all show our screens. So that we can take a good photograph.
Prof. Nice to see you, Prof.
The videos have been stopped from inside.
Haja. Ambassador. Nice. Thank you, everyone. So let's
Thank
open up.
you.
Let's open up. Jesse, Shine, Barbara. All our team members in the diaspora.
Sister Olivia.
Yes.
Sister Olivia. Sister Olivia.